But I don't want to just end the war. I want to end the mindset that got us into war, which means restoring a sense of diplomacy to our foreign policy. I said early in this campaign, I won't just meet with folks I like, I'll meet with folks I don't. Hillary Clinton, John McCain, George Bush, they all said you can't do that. I said, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Because I remember what John F. Kennedy once said. He said, we can never negotiate out of fear, but we can never fear to negotiate. That's what strong countries and strong presidents do. They talk to their adversaries. They tell them where America stands. They try to resolve differences without resort to war. That's how we will win back the respect of the world so that we can lead once again. We'll lead fighting terrorism, but we should also lead on dealing with nuclear proliferation and reducing nuclear stockpiles and helping poor countries build schools and deal with disease and bring an end to the genocide in Darfur. And we should lead on civil liberties. We have to break this fever of fear that's gripped us, that has allowed the Bush administration to undermine rule of law and due process. We have to close Guantanamo, restore habeas corpus, and we will do that when I'm president, because you'll have somebody who has taught the Constitution and believes in the Constitution and will obey the Constitution of the United States of America, if you believe. So that's the possibility. That's the vision that presents itself for us. But we're going to have to work for it. You know, the status quo never gives up easily, because there are people who are comfortable with the current arrangements. People who make money, people who get contracts, people who enjoy power and position. That's not just true of Republicans, it's true of some of our Democrats as well. I mean, people are comfortable with the status quo. And so whenever you're trying to bring about something new, you're going to meet resistance. Sometimes the resistance comes from the outside. Sometimes it comes from the inside. Sometimes we don't want change. We say we want change, but we don't really want to do what it takes to change. I was talking about education earlier. We need more money in our schools, but let me tell you, we're not going to improve our education system if parents don't parent and turn off the TV sets and put away the video games. And unless our young people have a standard of excellence inside them, that's part of change too. Not all change is government change. Some of it is our own attitudes have to change. That's part of the leadership that the American people have to provide. And I know that people are worried that, gosh, this primary season's gone so long. You know, and you know, maybe you know, this is going to make us, you know, less able to win the nomination. Let me tell you, I'm not worried about that, because you know, whatever differences between Senator Clinton and myself, there are so many greater differences, so many more differences between either of us and John McCain. I respect John McCain. I revere the service he's provided to our country. And I think, and he deserves credit for that, and some of my supporters and surrogates, they've got to be careful about, we always have to be respectful of our opponents, because, you know, John McCain has done some amazing things. But in this election, he's running for the third George Bush term. He wants to keep our troops in Iraq maybe for 100 years. He wants to keep the Bush tax cuts for the wealthy. Even though he said they were irresponsible when they passed, suddenly that Straight Talk Express lost a wheel and he started supporting it when he decided he wanted to run for president. He represents the politics of the past. We want to be the party of tomorrow, the party of the future, the party that's going forward. That's why we're here tonight, to lay a new vision for where this country has to go. And that's why I'm not worried about debating John McCain about where this country needs to go. I think the American people understand that we need a much more fundamental change than he is offering.